Stop eating dog meat. Cases of violence in animals is now being watched by the government. Violent acts committed on animals are no longer normal. Because, now there are laws that regulate violence in animals and even punishment for the perpetrators, as set forth in Article 302 of the Criminal Code. However, not only a set of laws alone, the community also began to be active in urging non-violence or mistreatment of wild animals. Many ways are starting to be done by the community and netizens, one of them by using social media and internet. In Instagram in particular began to appear the real actions of the community that formed the foundation, shelter of cats and stray dogs that suffer. In addition, netizens recently requested their signatures on a petition driven by the Jakarta Animal Aid Network, JAN. The petition, which was moved by Jakarta Animal Aid Network, JAN, also involved some famous Indonesian figures such as Sophia Latjuba and Gamaliel. Their petition is a petition to refuse to eat dog meat. The reason for the rejection of dog meat as a food, because behind the dishes there is a very painful suffering felt by the dogs who were arrested. Launched Dog Meat Free Indonesia and Merit page, every year there are millions of dogs consumed by humans in Indonesia. It is even more worrisome even the person who collects the dogs using the unfeeling way. Dogs caught and used for food are obtained from everywhere, including those that roam the neighborhoods and streets, even stealing a family's pet dog. After catching the dogs, the person treats him also in an inappropriate way. Dogs are inserted into sacks then tied up and difficult to move, their muzzles are fastened with ropes to difficult breathing, and crammed into narrow and congested enclosures inhabited by the number of dogs that do not fit the size of the cage. With these unhealthy treatments, dogs often die of shortness of breath, dehydration, and heat before reaching their final destination. It was not enough to find the suffering of these food dogs, because upon their arrival at the slaughterhouse they still had to suffer, from being turned off in a rude way, to watching the other dogs tortured before finally lying awkwardly. The dogs will be beaten to death using a hammer or other object in a slaughterhouse. After death and blood, the dogs will be sprayed with fire or burned to remove feathers. In addition to torturing the dog because of suffering before it died, the consumption of dog meat can also transmit rabies disease in humans. The infected rabies disease in humans can result in death. So, with this petition, the dogs can get a happier life and the number of people who die from rabies can be suppressed. Dog Meat Free Petition Indonesia awaits your signature for the Indonesian government to immediately prohibit trade, massacre, and the consumption of dog meat throughout Indonesia. Currently there are approximately 403,361 people who have signed the petition made to end the consumption of dog meat, and the number will continue to grow if you also participate. The way is easy, you just open the page Dog Meat Free Indonesia, then follow the directions contained in the site.